Hey guys, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the video number 501. My name is Ajay Parmar and you're watching youtube.com/c/Ajay Kumar Parmar, and in this video today I'm going to talk something very interesting, and this is something related to the Outlook. As you can see on the screen, many of you have requested me. A lot of time I keep getting this request, and that if you guys want to send a signature when you send the Outlook email, and if you have a logo, generally people like to keep their company logos always under the signature, then what is the technique how you can send the logo, that picture which is included in your signatures apart from regards and then your name and then that logo, how to do that? Because generally when you send the signatures, if it doesn't have the logo, then it is very easy, right? I had actually talked about all these the signature thing actually in my Outlook, the videos. There are almost 40 videos in the on the Outlook on this channel, right? So if you're watching the channel for the first time, guys, very warm greeting to all of you, and I hope I'm going to make this video very useful for you, and you can watch all those the rest of the videos as well. What you need to do is you simply need to go to the playlist, and under this playlist you'll find all those videos. You can see here we have created 48 categories on the Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA, right? And we have also started the HTML series, the web designing part. Now I also want to answer this question which I always answer in the beginning of my recently the videos which I have uploaded, that how to basically go and pick up the sequence. So my dear friends, this is the sequence for you. Just go and watch the videos in the sequence. We have the playlist sequence for Excel VBA, Excel Access Frontend, Access VBA, and I'll not talk about the web design because recently as on date we have got only 2 videos, but apart from that all the 500 videos are there for you on the Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA. Because when I started this channel 2 years back, I just had one vision in my mind, that to make everybody awesome, to make everybody programmer, right? So because this is the automation time and you guys need to learn the programming, right? So with this aim I'm actually here, and today we're going to talk about this Outlook signature. Now let's talk about today's requirement. So I'm just going to open the Outlook here, right? And so what are we supposed to do here? So guys, when you send the email, as I said, that you need to put your logo, you need to put the signature. For example, if you just look at this the first email, I was trying to do the practice on this, I was trying to kind of like make this code for you. Now this goes with my logo. Obviously this logo has a it's a little bigger in size, but that depends upon your image, your picture. You can adjust the size of your picture accordingly, but this is something we are looking forward to here, right? Now I'm going to share the code with you, obviously, and it's a very small code actually, but we would like to understand this. As I always say that you should also understand what is happening in the background, what is basically I'll brief you about before we start. Now guys, if anybody who doesn't know, like I'm using the Office 2016, so if I just go and click on the new email, and you see that my signatures are already coming there with my number, right? Now if you want to insert new signatures, you just go to the signature and you just click on the signatures. These are all my 3 different signatures: my sign 1, my sign 2. If I just use my sign 2, you see that this is how it looks like. Now because I have created all these signatures, let's say I use the sign 1, this is how it goes: regards AP Ajay Parmar. And if you just use the my sign, it goes there. Now first of all, you should know that if in this signature, now in your case I'm not sure how it looks in the Outlook 2013 or 10 or 7, but most of the times the options remains the same. The procedure remains the same, but it may be somewhere else. But what I did is in Outlook 2016 I clicked on the new and then this signature tab, and if I just go to the signatures, Now whenever you want to delete any signature, you can delete the signatures from here by selecting this, and whenever you want to insert the new, just you go there and just type the name of the signature, and when you type in the name of the new signature, that profile is going to be created here, and then obviously you can write the things here. Right now I'm not here actually to talk about how to insert the signatures, right? That's a very normal thing, everybody knows it. What we are supposed to do here is why I'm telling you all this is because, guys, now I'm using the Windows 10, right? And you can Google it if you're using any other other different window version. Basically we want to see that where these Outlook signatures are stored in your C drive, right? So what you need to do is, I just go to the C drive. I just go and write the C drive here, and then I'm going to show you that how basically you can go and access it. So we go in the C drive. Remember, I'm using Windows 10, right? If you're using different version, I'm not sure, you can Google it and you can find that where the Outlook signature, what is the path of the Outlook signatures in Windows 7 or whatever it is, right? So this is where we need to go. I just go and go in the users. In the users, my machine name is Acer, and then we go to the application data, app data basically. So you go to the app data, then you go in the roaming, and then in the roaming you need to find out where we have the Microsoft, and once you have the Microsoft, you just go in the signatures. Now this is the signature, right, the path. Now don't worry about it, I can show you this right away. You can see this is all the path which I have actually used in my C drive: users, Acer, app data, roaming, Microsoft, and signature. Now this is something very interesting. Can you see that all those signatures with those same names which I was showing you there, my sign 1, my sign 2, they are actually available here. Now let me take you back to this the Outlook. Look at this, guys. If you just go to this signature part, I just want to show you, just give me a second, let me just resize this. Alright, so here we have, now I just put it here and I go to the signature and I click on the signatures. Now look at this, guys, what is happening. Now you have all those things created here by default, my sign, and then my sign 1, and then my sign 2, right? Now if I just go and remove anything from here, the same file will be removed from here. Now you have to see that why basically we are getting the 3 versions. Did you see that? We have got HTML version, we have got the Word, the Word document, RTF, the extension, and also you're getting the text file, right? So whenever you save any signature, this is how it is saved there. Right now I have all these basically 3 multiplied by 3, 9 copies, right? But if you look at this, let's say I just open the sign 2. Now this is my HTML document and you can see the extension. If I just double click here, you see that that signature will show up here. Look at this, guys, fantastic. But this is the HTML version. If you just go and if you just, let's say, see this the another version, which is the MS Word version, then even the MS Word, you will see the same signatures but in the MS Word, right? Now this is very interesting, right? I have been using the Outlook for so long, but I never knew it. This is how it works until I actually obviously learned this technique, which I'm going to share with you. Now this is the text file, guys. Now the point is that if you just simply want to send the signatures which doesn't have the logo, then this text file can be used very easily. We can simply just get this text file open, we can read it, and we can put that in the Outlook code. Now the point is, here we have a different situation. Now here we basically have the image. Now I don't have the image right now on my signatures, you know that, right? Now what we need to do here is, guys, now you see that basically this my sign 1 and my sign 2, they have 3 folders, and you will definitely see these folders in this under the signature folder. So if I just click, let's say if I have to use sign 2, I double click here and look at this. Now in this here, I'm gonna put that image, right? So what you can do is, like, what I thought is, I'm not so good in creativity part, guys, I believe so, but I can at least give you the idea. For example, you want to make your company logo, then what you can do is you can write here name. For example, you just write here Ajay Parmar, right? And then you can write here that this is my the designation. Let's say this is my designation, and then you can give your phone number. So let's say I give my mobile number, so I just write mobile number, and then let's say the mobile number is this, whatever it is, right? So I just write some XXX. This is my number, right? Now I want to put the logo of my company. So what you can do is you can go to the Google and you can download some image, right? Not exactly the image. I mean, if you already have your company's logo, you will use that, but I will download it from the net. Now for example, this is what I have searched, company logo images in the Google, and this is, let's say, your company. So I just go, and what I do is I just go and save this image, or I just copy this image and I come back to my Excel and I'm gonna paste that image over here. For example, this is what I'm supposed to do, right? Now, or maybe if it is not pasting, no worries. What we can do is we can simply go and right click here, and you just go here, right click, and save this save image as. So I'm going to save this on my desktop, and then in the desktop it is saved images.png. That's fine. I just close this. I come back to my this playlist, the file, and here I'm just going to insert that. So you go to the insert tab, and from this insert tab you can insert the picture. So click on the picture, and now I'm just going to put that logo, right? I'm just going to bring that logo just to explain you this. So I go and let's say I just forgot the name of that. What was the name of that? Images, I think, images.png. Yes. So guys, finally you have your image done, and now I'm just going to resize it. Let me see that what size basically suits me. So let's say this is how it is, and now you can do all the formatting, guys. Whatever formatting you want to do, you want to bring the colors, you can do that. Like I just go and make this bold, and I just go and use this 10, and then I go and change this to maybe something else. Let's say Arial rounded. This is what I'm supposed to use. Now this is how I want to build my signature. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to copy everything. I'm gonna put this as an image. Now what I will do, I will take the print screen of this. On this laptop there's a print screen option, right? So you can use that. If I just go, or if you have downloaded any other software like Snagit, or there are a lot of other tools as well to take the screenshot. So I just go and take the screenshot of this. I am pressing now print system, the screen tab, and now I go and use the paintbrush. So I just write here MS Paint, and I open my paintbrush. Right now, as I said that, guys, I'm not here to tell you all these things. This is just I'm trying to inform you that how I can create this and how I can put this image. If you just want to don't want to go for the by default that signature, you can modify these signatures by taking the image. So now this is how I'm using the MS Paint. If you know any other software, because I think that a lot of other softwares which are very good to create the images, so you can do that, right? So I just go and click on this select, and I say that I want the rectangular selection, and when you draw this is how it looks like. So this is how the snapshot I'm going to take it. Right now, remember that you should remove the grid lines from this Excel, because the grid lines are also coming in this snapshot, so you can remove that. But I'll just go with this. I'm not keeping any left side the space, because that is not going to look good in the Outlook. So I just making sure that from the left there should be no space. And now once I have dragged this, I just go and cut it, and now I'm just going to use the paintbrush again. So I just write paint or MS Paint, whatever you want to do, and now guys just paste the item there. So once you have your this signature pasted, what you can do now, you see I see here all those grid lines. So make sure when you take the snapshot, you should actually take the snapshot by removing the grid lines like this. Okay, or maybe we can do that. I can just quickly go and take the snapshot of it. So I just take the snapshot again of this Excel, and I go here, and I just paste that item here again. You paste the item here, go to the select option, rectangular selection, and now I'm just going to select this this sort of image. Right, perfect. Now I just cut this, and once I cut this, I just go and write here paint, or you can open it otherwise from the other way also. Just have this done, and now make sure this should not look like a blank page. So I can just go and reduce this, because I want this to go as an image. So I just make sure this is how I'm gonna show this. Right, so guys, once this is done, I go and click on the save as, and I'm going to save this as PNG picture. Right now, where I'm gonna save it, that's very interesting. Now I'm gonna save it in this signature folder under this my sign to file. So here I'm going to save this as, let's say, 1.png. I save the file, and now let's just close all this. Now I'm gonna take you back to that folder, and let us see. So here I am, guys. You can see that this is the entire path, and I have written this in under the folder my sign to underscore files, and this is the image which we just saved it. You can see here. Right now, this image, because this includes my name also, my mobile number also, we can use this not just as a logo, but this is also going to act as a complete signature, isn't it? So now what do you need to do? Now we have gotten this image written and the signatures are ready. So now I take you to the VBA. So what is the first thing I want to do? Well, the first thing I want to do here is that I simply want to go and click on the tool reference, because we want to communicate with the Excel VBA. So you have to make sure that you should be using this Microsoft Outlook 16.0 library. Right, I'm using Office 2016, that's why you see here 16.0. If you're using any other version, never mind, just check mark that Microsoft Outlook, and you should be there. It should be there on the top, right, after these default libraries. So now what is the first thing I want to do? Since I already talked about, you know, n number of times about this Outlook, let me show you if you are watching the channel for the first time. So guys, here we have created one playlist called Excel VBA Connecting Outlook. So let me just show you that. Look at this, guys. We have got 45 amazing videos here, and the credit goes to you, because every time you ask me questions, I just, you know, go and upload it, and I'm just doing nothing, right? So 45 videos, credit goes to you. 45 videos on Outlook, every video is amazing. So when you click here, this is what you get to see. So right, you have here all these amazing videos. You can go through it and you can learn all these different techniques, right? So in these all videos, I have talked about how to set up the connection with the Outlook, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm directly going to take you to the code to save your time. So this is the basically the, you know, the code which we have written. Let me just explain you the entire code one by one. Let me just delete that, so you can see that this is such a simple code. So the first thing which you need to do is you just go to the reference, make sure that the Outlook application should be activated so that we can use the Outlook properties and, you know, the method, basically the Outlook class. Now guys, these two lines, as you know, if you don't know, I'll explain you. Dim O as Outlook.application, set O equals to new Outlook.application. This is just creating my O as an object in the VBA memory. Now O is going to be considered as an Outlook object, because if you have to interact with somebody, you know, obviously you should be knowing, you know, you should be knowing that what sort of the classes and what sort of the methods and the properties, you know, it is going to use, right? Now it is like if I have to go to somebody's house, I should be knowing their, you know, the city and the address of that person. If you do not know the city and the address, then how you're supposed to meet that person at his or her place, right? So when you create this dim O as Outlook application, what happens, VB creates the O as the Outlook object, and then through this Outlook object you can use all the classes. For example, we are using here mail item class. You can see here, what is mail item class? Mail item class basically we use to send the emails. Whenever you want to deal with the emails, not necessarily that every time you have to send the email, but when you want to work with the emails, you use the mail item class, right? So these are the two lines which are creating this OMail object, and now OMail is going to be considered as my Outlook email. Now here comes the important part. Now as you can see here, I've declared here a string, a variable called P. Now what is P basically? And I just removed the K as well from here. It's not required, that I was doing something. So now guys, here I have completely written that path. You can see that it says C:users Acer app data roaming Microsoft signatures, and then my sign to HTML or HTML. Now if you look at this, if I take you back to my folder, basically this is the folder, signatures, and in the signature my sign to.html, Now the point is, because if I just go and open this, let me just show you this. If I just go and open this, now in this document, you know, I have not put my logo. You know that for the logo I created the separate image, and I just went to the my sign to and I just put that image here, right? So what we have to do is we have to basically put this signature. We have to change the signature. I have to use this I have to copy this path, and then I have to go in the coding and I have to put this entire path here, because this is the path I'm going to use it. Right, so now this has my sign to underscore files, and then in that file I have the file called .png. Right, now because we want to use the logo, if I would have not, if let's say I didn't have to use the logo, then I could have simply used my this, you know, my sign .html or .txt, you know, the file, right? But when you have the logo, then sometimes you get the problem using this particular file, right? We get some problems, right? So I'm just not touching this part. I'm just going to put this image here, and I'm going to check the source of this. And now what I do is I go and write with this email, which is my OMail. It has to go to, let's say, a@outlook.com. So I just go and write outlook.com. And then in the HTML body, .html body is, so when you write here, you know, like this .html body, this is basically we use it to put the image here, because this is the HTML syntax I'm going to show you. So it says that hi. So when you say hi, so after the hi you want to insert some line. So this is called the break code. I talked about this, how to paste the Excel pivots or how to paste the Excel ranges in the Outlook, you can go and see those videos, right? So BR means break. Break means insert the new line. This is the HTML tag. You can go and see those two videos on the HTML also under the playlist Excel, sorry, not the Excel but the HTML introduction, right? I talked about these two things. So BR is to insert the row, and then afterwards, let's say you want to add something, so you can write here that, so you just join this and you can write here that, for example, hi, please find the attached report for the day, right? So this is what you write, and then you just put it within the quotes. And then now what is the next thing you want to do? Now the next thing I want to do is I want to actually put the image. So guys, this is the line you write. Okay, so this is how we write. We write like this. This is img src. This means that this is the image source. So you write like this, image source, then you write equals to, and then you got to put every complete path within the single quotes. You can see here I have put that in the single quotes. And then you just need to write the complete path here, right? Now either you write the complete path, or you can, in this case, like, because I have already put this entire path in the P, so maybe I can just go and remove this entire thing and I can simply put that in the P. That's all up to you. You can also directly put the entire code, that path over there. So make sure in HTML, whenever you write any tag, these are all called the tags, you have to close them by using the backslash, and then this basically the sign, greater than sign, less than sign, both should come here. And that is the reason, if you look at this code, I have written here completely that this is my everything. This is, first of all, we have put this everything, we have put this within the quotes, double quotes, and then you started this, the opening tag. This is called the opening tag, where you have written image source equals to, and then P, and the single quotes, and then we are closing the tag by using the this slash. And finally we are saying dot display or dot send. You can also use the dot send. If you use the dot send, the email will go, right? So you can use the dot send as well, right? So this is a small syntax which I have written. The only thing is, the interesting thing was you can create your own logo, and you just go in this folder and put it here, right? Now if I just go and run this code, so let's quickly press F5. So look at this, guys. Now here we got the problem, and the problem is coming because it's not picking the image, right? It's actually adding the line as a as a syntax, which is wrong. So what I think is that because we have used the P as a variable, we have to rectify this. Let me remove that entire P, and let's do one thing. Let's maybe just copy this and put this here, the entire syntax, right? So make sure you should have the single quotes here. Okay, I was actually using this code for some other reason, but I will make this code again. That's not the problem. So I'm just trying to modify everything, so we don't need this as well. You can directly put the code here. You can put the path, and make sure you should have all the single quotes here. This is how we write. So this is coming from this source, and the image 1.png is going to be used, and I think we can run this code now. Okay, let me hit here. Look at this now. Alright, so we still have the problem. This is very irritating. Why we are not able to get this image? Okay, so let me first go ahead and check that if we have got the correct image or not. So what is the image name? 1.png. Actually it is 1.png. I think there is a space here. Let me remove the space. And okay, so I think, guys, I think that's because of that reason only, img. So I just go and run this. Look at this now. Oh wow, beautiful. Look at this, guys. You got the icon in the email, right? The image. And I know that this is not looking good. This is coming actually in the very awkward position. So that's obviously we have to make sure that it should be coming on the just to the below of this. Please find a dash. So we have to use the break line here. Never mind, we love challenges, so that's okay. So what you will do is, after you write this, please find attach the report. Let's insert one more and let's just insert one more line, and this is what I'm going to use. Break the line, right? So you just go and say that this is how it is going to look like. Okay, so let us insert the new line, and now let me run the code here. Now let's see how it is going to look like. So there we go. Oh wow, this is amazing guys. You can see here, so you can put some more breakcodes here. If you just go and put one more breakcode, let's say I just go and write here BR again, and I just go and change this to this. So we have inserted the 2 lines. If I just hit here again, it should give me the 2 lines. Now look at this. So this is how you can design. Well, I'm not here to talk about all those body, you know, what you want to write here, but this is the reason that, you know, we actually uploaded this video. So you have your signature with the logo, everything is there guys. Right now, if you remember, I was talking about that don't keep the space from the left, right? When you take this when you use the paintbrush, let's say, just cut the line from the very I mean, don't keep the margin to the right side, right? So when you cut that in the paintbrush, now this is the reason, because you see, if you will have some space here, then this image is gonna be, you know, is going to shift to the little right side, and which is not going to look good. So that's why we don't, you can see here, it's not taking any space from here, and this perfectly, you know, this looks perfect. So this is how actually your email should go. So make sure you add here 5-6 more break lines, and that is how you can do. So I just go and show you this entire code. I hope you're able to see this entire line. So this is how the entire line is. This is a very important code. You can pause the video and you can have a look at it. So now guys, I think that even you can use the P. So I'm just going to give it a last try on the P, because I think it was because of this space that we didn't actually, there was a space, and that's why the image was not getting created. So I can do one thing quickly. I can just go and, you know, I can just cut this and I can put this in the P variable as we were doing it. So this was the original code, right? This is how the code was written within the double quotes. Now if you have to use this P, then what you have to do is here you have to write this P and then and then single quotes, right? Now because P is a variable, you cannot write the single quotes like this, because it is not a complete path, it is not a direct path. So you have to make sure it should come in the double quotes. This is how it is. And then I'm just going to add this, because obviously you have to join this and then again put the double quotes here, and now you're going to just put the and here again, right? And then just make sure that this line should be again put it within the double quotes, and I guess this is done. So this is how the variable looks like, and so we can have just one more look here. So this is how it is going to look like. Yes, now you see, if you want to just use this P, then you can use the P in this way as well. Let me first give it a try. So let me just run this just in case if you want to. Oh bingo, there we go. We got it guys, perfect. So that's how it looks, so beautiful, right? I'm sure you would love this video. Now what I have done, I just explain you. If you remember in this code, I put the single quotes when I use that. You can, you know, this rewind the video and you can see that. But here, because you're using the variable, you cannot use the single quotes, you know, simply like single quote P and single quote. P is not going to like you, trust me on that, right? So you have to put that in the ampersand, right? You have to put this ampersand sign before this P and after this P, and then make sure double quotes and then write that, because this is how we use the concatenation, isn't it? If I just, you know, explain you this, like whenever you join something, so let's say if you join, let's say A, and then if you join B, you know, you A and N, let's say you have your A N. Then what do? You write the double quotes. So that's why I'm just writing here these single quotes. This is how I'm going to write the single quotes. For example, this hyphen, you see that single quote and hyphen is coming. So this single quote basically is, you know, is going there, right? So now I think that's the end of this video. So you can use this P as well. It was just the problem was that we were using this as a space, right, which we should not use. So this is all about the HTML code, and this is all about how you can use your signatures, how you can put your all the company logos, and you know, all that stuff you can do. So this is the important step which we have done. We created the, you know, image first of all, design the image. Now I don't know how you're going to design it. You're going to design it in the way I designed, or maybe you are more experienced and you can use other softwares, but whatever you design it, just create the image of it, .png or .jpg, whatever. Just go to this folder and signatures, and you know, you see here all the by default signatures which are created there. If you haven't created any signature in the Outlook, you will not see anything here, right? So if you have created, and normally we all create, so just go to this folder, which is this, you get to see this, you know, the folder like this underscore files. Just go there and just paste your image there, and that is what you need to, you know, capture here in this code, right? So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and wish you very happy Dussehra. Please, you know, have a good festival, have a safe festival, and I'll see you then guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless. Bye bye.